What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're just going to be doing another upgrade to my garage door, and what we're going to be doing today is upgrading the rollers. Now, I still have the factory rollers on this garage door when it was installed about 9 years ago. So these are just the basic rollers. Now, over time, these rollers start to wear out. They're very loud and noisy, and they do rattle a lot when you're opening and shutting the garage door. So what we're doing today is we're going to be upgrading them to a set of nylon rollers, which are going to be a lot quieter and a lot smoother when opening and closing the door. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's get this started. Okay, so what we have over here are the Dura-Lift Ultra Life Max. These are a 2-inch roller with a 4-inch post. So these ones right here are meant to have a much smoother sound of operation because they're very, very good in terms of the bearings. And then these rollers right here are going to be a lot quieter than those rollers right there. Now, there are a couple ways that you could go about installing these. You can go ahead and loosen up these brackets on each roller and then take the brackets off, put the new rollers in, and then remount them back on. But take note, this is extremely important. You never want to take the bottom bracket off on your lower rollers because those are attached to your cable back there, which is under a lot of tension. If you would happen to take that lower bracket off, you're going to lose all your tension, your cable's going to fly off, and it's going to be a disaster trying to get that hook back up. What I recommend is doing a little bit of frame bending. And what you do is you take somewhere, usually up top where your angled frame meets your vertical frame right here, just take a set of channel locks and bend this piece of metal out. That way, when you manually pull your door down a little bit, you can pull the door out just enough that you can slide your roller out of the bracket, slide the new one in, shut it, pull it down, and go on to the next. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. So let me go ahead and just grab a set of channel locks. And what we're gonna do is just come up here like this and just bend it out. Just like this. Okay? So you don't want to do a whole lot, just a little bit, just like that. That should be enough. Slide your door down just a little bit. You see I can pull the door with my hand just enough to where I could slide the roller out. And then you do that on both sides. And then when you're done replacing the roller here, slide the door up or down, replace the rest of your rollers, and then when you're done, we're just gonna go ahead and bend that back to its original position. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and then we're gonna test this out. Okay, so I got most of the rollers already replaced down to the very top two, which I saved for last because I just wanted to show you a close-up of the new ones versus the old ones. So if we just take one of the old ones here and lay it down, you can see that the roller portion on the new nylon is much wider than the old factory one. And the new nylon one actually has a bearing inside, where this one here looks to be just a nylon wheel held on with no bearings. So this is a basic wheel just mounted on a stud, where this is actually a nylon wheel on a bearing. So it has a set of bearings in here, which should help it roll a lot smoother. So let me go ahead and replace the last top two and we should be done. But so far, everything was going good. Now real quick, I did not end up using the sleeves. I put a couple sleeves on and they made the rollers way too tight that my rollers were not able to shift in and out. So I ended up not using the sleeves. So I'm just using the rollers and the factory brackets and everything seems to be going pretty good. So let me finish up the last two. I'll bend my side brackets back into position and then we'll test it out. So I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, so we got all of the rollers replaced. Again, I did not use the sleeves because they made the rollers a little too tight. So I ripped out all of the factory rollers and I put all of the new rollers in. So far so good. It still sounds about the same. So I can't necessarily say it sounds a lot quieter, but what I can say is when I upgraded to the new garage door opener, that made everything a lot quieter. But replacing my rollers today, it doesn't seem to sound a whole lot quieter. So let's go ahead and shut the door and then we'll open it. Okay, so that's shutting. Let's go ahead and open it. It seems to sound about the same to me, but it does seem to roll a little smoother. Just by watching the door, how it's opening and shutting and running through the channels, the new nylon rollers do seem to roll a little nicer and not rattle as much inside the channel because the rollers are a little wider than the rollers that were on the factory rollers. So overall, the installation was pretty simple and easy. The rollers seem to work a little bit better than the factory ones I had over there. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with them. So my overall impressions of the Dura-Lift nylon rollers, I'm going to go ahead and give them a thumbs up and give them a go. The quality of these nylon rollers is much better than the factory roller quality. As far as them being quieter, I'd say maybe just a tad bit, but to my ears, they sound very similar. But as far as the smoothness of the rollers riding through the tracks, these wider nylon rollers do seem to roll a little bit nicer. So there you go. My overall impressions of the Dura-Lift nylon rollers. Again, I'm going to give them a thumbs up and give them a go. The quality is really good. The installation was pretty easy, and they do seem to work a little bit better than the factory rollers that I had. So if you are thinking about replacing your rollers in your garage door, I would highly recommend the Dura-Lift nylon rollers because they are a high quality roller and they come in at a pretty good value. But that's it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And also do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you all. And as always, see you in the next video.